A very good evening. Welcome to Prime TV News on the 1st of January 2020. All of us at the Prime TV News division wish our viewers a peaceful, prosperous and a happy new year. I'm Iftia Abdul Kader. Your headlines first. The President and the Prime Minister extend their wishes for New Year. The basic salary of state employees increased. ITN embarks on a new journey. Tribina fare will be reduced from today. And on news overseas, death toll rises as blazes destroy 200 homes in Australia fires. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa in his New Year message said the new government is determined to make 2020 the year of prosperity. The president says the new year dawns at a time when the entire Sri Lankan nation is beaming with hopes for a new era in economic, political, social, cultural and technological spheres of life in their motherland. Hence, the new government welcomes the new year with determination and commitment to make it the year of prosperity. He added that the country is in need of a strong and vibrant economy which gives priority to nationalistic aspirations. The president says that he is aware that a well-protected nation with a disciplined society is the foremost expectation of the people. He noted that the freshness formed in the hearts and minds of the people with the advent of New Year will facilitate the implementation of the Saubhagyaye Dakma, the blueprint to build a whole new country. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa in his New Year message said the most valuable resource in the new decade will be the drive and motivation among young people to take an active part in developing the country. The Prime Minister in his message said that it is my belief and expectation that the young people of today who have been motivated and inspired to make a personal and direct contribution to building a new Sri Lanka will not look back until they have achieved their objective of a prosperous and well-governed country. He notes that with this change of government, the hope of a new Sri Lanka has galvanized and inspired the youth of this country. The most important feature of this new trend is that young people have spontaneously come forward without any intervention from the government to assume leadership over the task of building a new Sri Lanka. The Premier wishes that the year 2020 and the new decade be a period in which all Sri Lankans realize their aspirations and the country achieves peace and prosperity. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa joined today with the National Tree Planting Program aimed at planting 1 million trees under the theme of Hadena Ratata Vedena Gasak. President Rajapaksa planting a sapling in the premises of his private residence in Mirihana extended his best wishes for the National Tree Planting Program. The National Tree Planting Program aimed at planting 1 million trees across the country was launched in accordance with the environment policy outlined in President Gotabaya Rajapaksa's election manifesto to increase the forest cover of the country from 29% to 32% within the next 5 years. Meanwhile, the inauguration ceremony of the National Tree Planting Program was held at the historic Mahameuna Uyana in Anuradhapura under the patronage of Minister S.M. Chandrasena. The Mahasangha and a large number of people's representatives were present at the ceremony held under the guidance of the Attamasthanadipati, the Venerable Pallegama Sirinivasa Thera. A tree planting program was implemented at the Dematagoda Railway Engineers Headquarters as well. Minister Mahinda Amaravira and State Minister C.B. Ratnayaka were also present at the event. Another tree planting program was held at the Ministry of Environment and Wildlife Resources, Lands and Lands Development. This was done under the patronage of State Minister S.B. Disanayaka. The tree planting program at the Ministry of Industry and Supply Management was conducted under the patronage of Minister Wimal Veeravansha and State Minister Dayasiri Jayasekara. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa says that this year will be filled with elections. The Prime Minister expressed these views while participating at several programs held at the Vajiragiri Temple in Thangalla. Around 100 pregnant mothers were provided with nutritional bags under the patronage of Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. 100 children from low-income families were given school books and educational equipment, and wheelchairs were given to 10 persons with disabilities. The Prime Minister also had a cordial chat with the visitors to the temple. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa said that this new year will see the fulfillment of the pledges and promises given to the people. He mentioned that more concession will be given to the people in due course. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa mentioned that 100,000 employment opportunities have been created for those who lack educational qualifications. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa visited the sacred Kataragama last night and engaged in religious observances. Chief incumbent of Kirivehera Rajamaha Vihara, the Venerable Kapugama Saranatissa Thera, invoked blessings on the Prime Minister. Independent Television Network and Lakhanda Radio commence a new journey from today, safeguarding founding values of the two legendary media channels. The two channels, known as ITN and ITN FM, have been renamed as Independent Television Network and Lakhanda Radio. The logos have also been changed accordingly. The media network is determined to bring high-quality programs and news to catch listeners and viewers. The Independent Television Network's relaunch will take place on the 4th of February, presenting unbiased news, classic teledramas and programs that are enlightening and fulfilling the aspirations of the people. The ITN is aimed to enthrall masses. With the blessings of Nalin Kumara Nisanka, Chief Executive Officer of the Independent Television Network, and Sudat Rohana, the Chairman of the Independent Television Network, the staff of the ITN is committed to achieve the goal. The Lakhanda radio station is also preparing to present a series of creative programs and unbiased news bulletins from today, engendering Sri Lankan identity. Lakhanda radio was launched on 15th November 1996 to cater to general public with content rendered in higher standards. Founded under the patronage of senior journalist Newton Gunaratna, Lakhanda trod a long journey. All public institutions in the country read out the New Year Public Servants Pledge today. The reading out of the pledge was also done at the Independent Television Network with the presence of senior management and the staff. The ceremony was organized at the Vikramasinghapura head office. The national flag was hoisted by Chairman Sudat Rohana, and CEO of the organization Nalin Nisanka hoisted the Independent Television's flag. The Lakhanda flag was hoisted by Ashoka Karunanayaka, Deputy General Manager of Lakhanda. It was only after that the public servant pledge was read out. Addressing the gathering, Chairman Sudat Rohana said that everyone should work hand in hand to ensure the progress of ITN. The chairman also said that the upcoming year is a very decisive one. He mentioned that they have already formed a comprehensive action plan to regain the rightful position of the ITN as the premier of Sri Lankan media. ITN chairman highlighted that the media network will proceed under the aspirations of the president to create a vision-driven nation. Sudat Rohana observed that on 4th of February, a total reformation will take place in quality-wise in ITN. A tree sapling was planted in parallel to the national tree planting program. The basic salary of state employees has been increased from today. The salaries of state employees were to be increased by 10,000 rupees. The salaries of state employees were increased in 4 phases. The Ministry of Finance says that the last increment will be effective from today. Meanwhile, the tax on earning of employees of public and private sectors will be abolished from today. The tax on earning will be effected to employees who earn more than 250,000 rupees monthly. The 5% withholding tax imposed on savings accounts will also be abolished from today. It has also been decided not to charge VAT on businesses with cash flow less than 75 million rupees per quarter. The All Ceylon Self-Employed Three-Wheeler Drivers Association states that three-wheeler fare will be reduced from today. Chairman of the association, Sunil Jayawardena, said that the fare of the three-wheelers from the first kilometer will be reduced by 10 rupees and for the following kilometers by 5 rupees. He pointed out that the future of the industry is seemingly optimistic. Sunil Jayawardena mentioned that the carbon tax has been scrapped and the price of the emission test has been slashed. The three-wheeler spare parts prices have been reduced due to the tax concessions. He requested the passengers to pay three-wheelers with new rates. The Ministry of Finance has decided to suspend the importation of ethanol from today. This decision has been taken on the directives of Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa as the Minister of Finance, Economic and Policy Development. This step has been taken since ethanol being used for producing liquor is made locally. Parliamentarian Sajid Premadasa says he was faced with continuous challenges in the presidential election rather than a victorious support. He made this statement addressing a meeting in Mavatagama. It was organized by parliamentarian J.C. Alavatwala to thank the people of Kurunegala district who supported him in the presidential election. Sajid Premadasa said that certain factions of the party come up with different agendas to fulfill their ambitions. The MP said, however, he is not ready to divide the party over titles and positions. Sajid Premadasa mentioned that the prime objective as of the moment is to move forward with a vigor to mark victory in the future. Business News is up next. The Colombo International Container Terminals has announced it handled a total of 2.9 million TEUs in 2019, achieving an 8.6% increase in its throughput and accounting for 40% of the volume of the Port of Colombo in the 12 months ending 31st December 2019. The company, which manages the Colombo South Terminal, said its 2019 performance represented a fourfold or 322% growth over the past 5 years from 686,639 TEUs handled in 2014. CICT's performance helped the Port of Colombo increase its total throughput by 2.6% in 2019, despite the slower growth of maritime transport in the region. Announcing the year's final volume, CICT said ultra-large container carriers of a size that only CICT is capable of handling had contributed approximately 72% to the volumes the terminal achieved for the year. For more information, visit www.itnews.lk. Do join us once again tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. for more of the very latest on Prime TV News. Bye-bye.